Hey guys, what's up? And this is TFE Gaming, and today we'll be looking at how realistic is FIFA 22 on the next gen PS5. Trust me, this game has changed the boundaries of how realism is behaved inside a football game. And I must say, this is the benchmark for other games like eFootball or the UFL to live up to. Obviously, those games are focusing on gameplay more rather than graphics, but in the graphics department, there is nothing competing FIFA 22 right now. By the way, we have hit 400 million views and 900k on the channel, and I'm giving away a copy of FIFA 22 on your preferred console, so stick to the end of the video to find out how to win one for yourself. First thing we'll be checking out is the ball boys. Even though ball boys have always stayed inside FIFA, but look at the details of the character models this year. They have completely changed it, and the kids look like they're from the start of the game where they run away. Those are the same kids that are there in the ball boy section. It looks really good and adds the immersion of realism in the game even more. Let's talk about how the hair looks and the hair simulation. I'm not going to talk about how the hair moves, but I'm going to say that you can see the light, how it comes through the hair. This happens due to a phenomenon called subsurface scattering, which is a physics phenomenon where the light can pass through very thin objects. Like it happens with the trees, it can happen with your ears, it can happen with your hands. So this stuff is actually inside the next generation of FIFA. You can notice how when the light pushes through Modric's hair, it comes through and lights up the whole hair simulation. And it also happens with other players who have this kind of hair. So this is a very nice touch that the light can go through their hair. Catching more details on the sides of the environments of this game, if you throw the ball out, you'll see a lot of stuff that's hidden under the ad boards. You can see there's a lot of camera equipment on the side. There's also seats there and even stewards for the main stadium. And you can also notice there's wires going around the field. It's really nicely done, I must say. This stuff never shows up in the game, but they still care about it and make this. So it's really nice to see such details in the game. Oh, I just noticed there's a stretcher as well, so it'll be nice to see if they're in the game someday. There might be some injury based animations regarding the stretcher. It'll be so cool to see people being carried over out of the stadium on a stretcher. If you keep playing this clip, the one that I showed you, if you keep playing this clip, the ball goes out and the crowd reacts to the ball coming at them, which is not really nicely done, to be honest. It's there, but it's not there. But just you have to think that this stuff never comes in the gameplay, but it still exists. We never notice such things. And if you notice, there's a small child inside the crowd, and this was never there, that a small boy is inside the crowd looking at his favorite club. So it's a really nice touch to the game. So if you want to take part in the giveaway, tell me in the comment section below, why do you think FIFA 22 is realistic? And the best comment will win the copy of FIFA 22. To make tackles more realistic, there is a new type of tackle in the game. This is called the hard tackle. To tackle with the hard tackle, you have to press the RB1 button and then tackle with your circle button, and what happens is that your player goes completely berserk and takes the ball away, or even completely destroys the whole attack with one fierce tackle. There's actually dynamic weather in the game. If you play the games in like days and nights, you'll see a difference in the terms of clouds and lighting. For example, if you're playing a game like, for example, 2 PM, you will see clouds moving around the pitch and you'll see formations being formed on your pitch. The shadows of the clouds come to your pitch, and the whole dynamic weather system actually looks really good. If you play a match in the Brazilian or the Mexican league, or you load up the King Fahd Stadium, you will see background objects being accumulated inside the environment, which is one of the stadiums has cars in it, and there's another one where there's an ambulance right next to it. So this is something that may happen in the future. Imagine what happened in the Euros with Christian Eriksen. If we can see like players collapsing and there's proper cinematics in the player career, that will obviously take the realism to the next level. Football is not a very soft sport, as you might know. There are injuries and people collapsing here and there, so medical attention and cinematics regarding it will obviously change the game we play. There's a selfie celebration in the game. This does add to a lot of realism and actually is based on a real life event. Francesco Totti used to do the selfie celebration all the time, and there is a selfie celebration in the game. To do this selfie celebration, run with Eden Hazard on the back of the goal and you should see the selfie celebration. The next detail we'll be checking out is in the Volta game mode. They have tried to add insane detail when it comes to the background and the environments. You can see people, NPCs crossing over the fields, you can see NPCs doing stuff in the background, and it adds so much more immersion to the environments of this game mode. Now let's focus on the goals and the net physics. There's a huge change in the terms how the net works inside the next gen, and this is heading in the right direction, although it's not perfect, but you can see finally after so many years what all of us has been asking for. We are getting good net physics and a good net shake animation when you shoot the ball in the back of the net. The new manager winning cinematic. There are new manager winning cinematics in the next gen where the managers, mostly like Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola, whenever you win with them, they'll rush onto the field at the end of the match and like motivate their own players, talk to the crowd, fist bump to the crowd, and it's really good to look at, so I'll just let it play for you to enjoy. If you look closely during the rainy matches and you zoom in, you'll see a lot of stuff going down there. There are a lot of micro details such as water droplets being pushed off the ground. There's also grass that's pushed off the ground, and it's really nice to see that they have made such things, and even the shininess of the grass corresponding to the rain. It's quite admirable. This is a really nice touch and detail because rain matches are something that we are actually quite close to as football fans, so such detail is always appreciated. The ball deformation, you might know about this and it has been talked about all over the internet, but this does add to all the realism there is to it in the next gen edition of FIFA. Whenever you shoot the ball in FIFA, the ball deforms on contact with the feet and it looks so good when zoomed in, and it adds to the realism of this game. The new shirt and cloth dynamics inside the FIFA 22 next gen engine are completely mind-blowing. You see how the shirt deforms as the player moves back and forth. It's very well done, and it's not as same as the old gen where it used to pop back in and out from the wrinkles, but this actually looks like real cloth and it looks really crisp. The career mode auto-generated points table. I gotta say the career mode auto-generated table is a very good addition to the game since it's much smarter and better this year. So if you can try and sim the whole year, you will always see Arsenal getting relegated of the Premier League, which I feel like is quite realistic. Empty fans inside the Etihad. If you play a game, any game inside the Etihad, you'll see less fans in the stadium, which is actually quite accurate since they don't have that many fans to fill the stadium, so I feel like that quite adds to the realism of this game.